Some people say that sloths are just slow and funny. But the truth is that they are an example of how animal adaptations can shape behavior and ensure survival in challenging environments. And when we look up, between the treetops, we can see that this forest is the stage for even more impressive relationships, between screams that echo in the distance and powerful wings that cross the jungle skies with ancient strength. Harpy eagles and howler monkeys. If the Amazon sky had a sovereign, it would be the harpy. With claws bigger than those of a brown bear and a strength capable of carrying animals of its own weight, this bird is not only the most powerful in the world, it is a living legend. It lives in the treetops, like a silent guardian of the tropical ecosystem. And here's a curious detail: it only gives birth to one offspring every 2 or 3 years, which shows how precious each birth is. When it flies, even the jaguar stops and watches. It is the queen of the skies, without question. But the forest sky is not silent. Howler monkeys, known for their guttural song that echoes for miles, form true wild symphonies among the branches. They live in organized family groups, with a hierarchy that leaves many condominiums out there in the dust. They communicate constantly, warning about predators, territorial disputes, or simply saying, "Here I am." It is a complex social structure, with rules and rituals. And for those who think that animals have no culture, maybe it is time to rethink that concept. These relationships show that the forest breathes in multiple layers, from the humid soil to the skies filled with songs. And while the harpies watch from above and the howler monkeys maintain order among the trees, there are other characters that shine with color, intelligence, and a crucial function in the renewal of life. They do not roar or fly silently, but their beaks are always full of stories and seeds. Toucans, colorful and intelligent. With their giant, vibrant beaks, toucans are one of the most charismatic creatures in the Amazon rainforest. But you'd be wrong if you thought that toucans only attract attention because of their color and beauty. Their beak, although large and seemingly disproportionate, is a wonder of nature. In addition to being used to search for food and regulate body temperature, it also serves to communicate, which demonstrates the intelligence of these birds. Imagine that, in the intense heat of the forest, the toucan can even use its beak as a natural fan to cool itself down. A trick that few people know. In addition to its adaptability, the toucan is also a seed disperser. Its ecological role goes far beyond its appearance. When it eats fruit, it spreads seeds over a large area, contributing to the growth and regeneration of local flora. This process is crucial for maintaining the biodiversity of the Amazon. If you stop to think about it, with each toucan that flies over the forest, the future of the vegetation is being designed, one tree at a time. And all this happens with a simple flight and a beautiful, colorful beak. This relationship between the toucan and the vegetation is a clear example of how the Amazonian fauna and flora are intertwined. Each species there has a unique role that goes far beyond its beauty or behavior. They are, in fact, the architects of an ecosystem that depends on each small gesture, like the toucan transporting its seeds. And speaking of natural transport, if the vegetation spreads with the toucan, another being, more silent and meticulous, also has its own way of spreading through the forest. But with a more subtle method. Cocoa tree and cultural value. The cocoa tree is more than just a tree, it is a gateway to the history and culture of the Amazon. When you think of chocolate, you probably imagine a delicious bar, but what few people know is that the cocoa tree, which produces pods directly from the trunk, was a valuable currency for indigenous peoples and even for the first colonizers. The dark brown color of the cocoa seed has the power to awaken a global market, but before that, it was an essential part of local daily life, being used both as food and as a ritual. Did you know that cocoa was so valuable that, in ancient Mesoamerican civilizations, it was considered food of the gods? But behind this chocolate that you love, there is a whole story of connection with nature. The animals of the Amazon are not mere supporting actors in the production of cocoa, they are part of an ecological cycle that ensures the continuity of this ancient culture. Several mammals, such as howler monkeys, consume the sweet pulp of the fruit, helping to disperse the seeds. It's as if every time a monkey tastes a fruit, it is unwittingly helping to regenerate the forest. Here, nature and human culture intertwine in a delicious and symbiotic way. And who would have thought that a simple piece of chocolate could be the key to understanding the complex relationships between humans and nature? When you taste chocolate, you are connecting with the history of indigenous peoples, with the animals that help disperse the seeds, and even with the forests that need to be preserved. Cacao isn't just sweet to the taste, it's also a reminder that in the Amazon, everything has a vital role to play. And if you think cacao has something to teach you about culture and responsible consumption, wait until you learn about the impact other species have on local biodiversity. Unique mammals and birds. In the vastness of the Amazon rainforest, the diversity of mammals and birds is like a living collection of rare wonders. One of the highlights is the tapir, a shy and nocturnal mammal that, despite its imposing size, is rarely seen. They play a vital role in the forest as herbivores, dispersing seeds of essential plants. Their trails through the forest help to create natural regeneration spaces for new plants to grow. In a deeper sense, they remind us that often the most powerful things are hidden in the shadows. Sometimes, the greatness of something lies in its stealth. Meanwhile, birds such as monkeys and toucans are the visual artists of the forest. The monkeys, with their complex social structure and family interactions, show that the Amazon is more than a jungle, it is a true community. They interact with the vegetation in such subtle but essential ways that they become the gardeners of the forest. Their work of spreading seeds ensures that the right plants grow in the right places, creating a robust and resilient ecosystem. Toucans, in turn, continue to be the messengers between the ground and the branches, with their vibrant colors and crucial role in seed dispersal. These species are like the invisible cogs that make the Amazon's ecological system work. They not only survive, but actively collaborate to ensure that the cycle of life continues. And even with the increasing impact of human activities such as deforestation and illegal mining, the role of these creatures in keeping nature in balance has never been more important. What would happen if the monkeys, tapirs and toucans disappeared? We can only imagine how different, and perhaps less vibrant, the forest would become. Now, can we learn from how these animals adapt and preserve their environment, while others, such as snakes and reptiles, have their own secrets to ensuring survival? Adaptations in reptiles and amphibians. The Amazon is a land of secrets, where even reptiles and amphibians show unique adaptations to survive.